Well, good evening to you, all our viewers all over the world. Good evening to you. My name is Apostle Heliru Dokino. This is Majestic Christian Television Network, and right now we are having a special interview. As you know, that Ebola has been wrecking the whole world, and it's like there's no solution to it. So, as an introduction, the scare of the Ebola disease is ravaging our world and is impacting everything and everywhere, government, business, concerns, international governments and organizations and individuals. Until now, most ordinary people do not know many basic facts and truths about the disease. However, the fear it has created in people has made some people to adopt attitudes, habits, and beliefs which may not be altogether wholesome. So, for this purpose, we have experts in the studio to throw a little bit more light to us, so that ordinary people can know really what Ebola is, and we can know how to guide against Ebola. So we have people from the foundation Kick Ebola. We have Miss Guinea Moy. Can you say hello to our viewers out there?
Uh, Good afternoon.
And we also have Mr. MJ Ja. Ja, can you please say hello to our viewers out there?
Good afternoon, all.
So these are experts from the foundation Kick Ebola.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
okay.
Correct.
So they are here this evening on Majesty TV to tell us a little bit more on this Ebola disease. And our focus today will be more on Sierra Leone.
Correct.
All right, because your organization is based in Sierra Leone,
Yes.
Yes.
but you are working here. Your
Yes.
foundation is based in Sierra Leone
Both Sierra Leone and the
and
Netherlands.
the Netherlands.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Guinea, please, can you tell us? We understand that you are the guru when it comes to Ebola.
Yes. Probably mostly because I've been at the forefront fighting in Holland. I've been in the media a lot to explain about Ebola, but more about the situation in Sierra Leone,
Okay.
to mobilize support and aid to go to the Ebola affected countries.
All right. And Mr. Ja,
Yes,
tell
of
us a little
course.
bit about who you are.
I'm the four-seater, which is the chairman
Mm-hmm.
of the foundation,
Yeah.
and we initiated it in the beginning
Yes.
to mobilize medical equipment and financial support for Sierra
Wow.
Leone. Yes, that's
Awesome.
what we're doing right now.
Awesome. Okay. Please, yes. We would like your voice to be a little bit loud, Mr. J, so that people can hear you. By the way, you can face the camera because we have about 3 or 4 cameras here. So the people, I believe, the audience will really want to know who they are dealing with. Now, if you are out there and you have a question or you something pertaining to Sierra Leone, because our focus today will be on Sierra Leone, and you want these experts to address certain issues that are confusing you, please feel free to give us a call on 020 337 160. I repeat, 020 337 160. If you are calling from outside the Netherlands, remember to put 31 and then 20, then 3374 160. We are live here on Majestic Christian Television Network discussing on Ebola and its mysteries, and our focus is on Sierra Leone. Now, tell us a little bit of what you know about this Ebola.
Well,
Yes.
Ebola is a virus that is actually hosted by bats, they say, and how this infection came about in Guinea,
Mhm.
because there it started, they don't actually know for sure. So the origins and the history of Ebola, I don't think that it is wise to say much about it until they've done their proper research. I feel a little bit awkward with the announcement that it is because of the eating of bush meat, because there is no evidence that actually this epidemic started from eating with bush meat. Though the researchers did not find any dead animals that have suffered from Ebola.
Yeah.
So where it came and how this epidemic started is still
A mystery.
a mystery. That's, I think we should wait to discuss about until they have actually found solid proof, to find the reasons for it. We
Okay.
know, of course, through media reports that Ebola can be very deadly.
Mhm.
It is one of the most deadly viruses in the world.
Yeah.
Um, It is, however, not as contagious as we think.
Really?
Because, yeah, Ebola is not airborne. The only thing, it is transmitted through droplets. So if you are within close range of somebody and, for example, they are sneezing, it comes in touch with your own body fluids, you can get a disease. It is contagious through body fluids. Why do so many people get infected in West Africa right now? It is because of the poor living conditions.
All right, we are going to talk about that a little bit. But how did they come with this? How did they come with this mystery, or with this? How did they come with this belief that Ebola started because of it's being transmitted through the bushmeat we eat and all that sort. And some school of thought said it's from the monkeys or from the birds and from the bushmeat. How did they come about that? If you are saying that it is not really, we are not really sure where this Ebola came from.
Well, in previous outbreaks, this used to be the cause. They will find a whole lot of dead animals in the bush that are actually had suffered from Ebola. So previous outbreaks started with the eating or even the preparation of bushmeat. For this epidemic, it is absolutely not sure, and evidence leads to more fruit bats and they say patient 0, the first patients in Guinea, it was a 2-year-old boy, and he did not eat bushmeat, but they think that he was present at the preparation of bushmeat,
really?
Or he had eaten a piece of fruit that was also eaten by a fruit bat carrying the virus, because fruit bats are the national hosts for Ebola. Nothing is certain about the start of the epidemic, this current epidemic.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Guinea. What do you have to say, Mr. J, regarding to what we are talking about? Do you believe that it is from the bushmeat? You are from Africa, I'm from Africa.
Yeah, of course, that's what they say initially that happened, actually, for real. They say it's eating of the bushmeat. And, I mean, the biologists, the doctors, the health specialists, they all confirm that it's of eating of the bushmeat. So I think we shouldn't question it too much. We should try to know where actually it comes from.
Exactly. Exactly. Shortly we are going to show you something, because I think we are going to bring it up to really verify whether this is from bushmeat or from the monkeys as they are rumoring. But the reality is that there is Ebola.
It is. It's there, and it's really spreading so fast. Now people are not actually, since they alerted people not to eat bushmeat, people are not eating bushmeat at all anymore.
Of course.
But it has been within the population. Now it's spreading from human to human.
Yes.
It's going everywhere. So
Guinea, is it Guinea or Ginny?
Ginny.
Ginny. So you are a worker, a social worker in Sierra Leone?
I'm an anthropologist.
Anthropologist.
Yeah, I have been in Sierra Leone for 9 years. I was doing research in other areas. Now this Ebola epidemic came to Sierra Leone as well. This is why I have decided to join the fight against Ebola and try to,
Tell our audience a little bit of what is really going on over there in Sierra Leone, because sometimes you are listening to CNN and you are listening to all of Al Jazeera and the sort. You don't seem to have a deeper dimension to all of this whole thing. Tell us what is really the true situation from what you have observed.
Well, we know that there is a lot of fear in Sierra Leone. There's a lot of panic. There are a whole lot of rumors. Nobody actually knows what is going on, even at the other end of the city. So people are filling in their own truths, which is actually causing more panic and fear. And people are starting to, get into a certain form of depression.
Exactly, exactly. So that means that families are no more, people don't maybe connect with people anymore because
No.
everybody's afraid.
Everybody is afraid. There is a sense of hopelessness.
Yes.
People don't see the end to it. They don't get the positive stories because, of course, although the epidemic has really spiraled out of control, there is a good chance for survival if you get early treatment. These stories do not reach the people.
Yes.
Actually, only the negative stories reach the people, which makes the situation very tense.
Yeah, Jay, you are from Sierra Leone.
Yes,
Are
sure.
there some people you know who have lost their lives because of Ebola?
Yeah, not direct like family, but yeah, extended people and friends also. Yes, because the scary thing about Ebola, people, your loved ones, you cannot go close to them. This disease is
Yes.
so scary that it's very deadly. Even your own kids or your daughter, you cannot even care for them when they are sick. If you have also the dead, when the people die, you cannot even go close to them to bury them. There has to be a special way of burial. So because of all this, it's really scary. People are very scared.
Yes. So, the government, are they able to contain it?
Well, the government is trying. They are doing their best, but this is more than the government's hands.
Yeah.
Now, this is uh, is serious. It's really, really, really serious. So because of that, we need all hands. We need all international help, whatever people can come and help. And now we have the United Nations. We have all other countries involved in containing the virus.
I'm sure this whole epidemic is also affecting the commercial life of the people.
Oh yeah, of course. That's
Because it's not
serious.
only the health, the commercial life as well. Because probably those who are selling, those who are marketing, those who are the business sector.
Almost everything is into standstill now because we have sporadic times. Sometimes they have lockdowns so that they can be able to identify the sick and move them out of the population. So because of that, this business is not moving as usual. It's very difficult time.
Hmm. So, what do you think, Guinea, can be the immediate support that people in Sierra Leone
Well,
need at this moment? Because we don't know who is watching, and I believe thousands of people will be watching. And after this broadcast, I believe it's going to travel to several countries of the world. So you never can know who God will use, the agency that God can use to be a blessing right now. Because I think every support is needed. So from those of you who have been there and you have witnessed the whole thing, what do you think will be the support, the immediate support that an average Sierra Leonean will need now?
well, the most obvious thing is, of course, all of the medical care needs to be put in place, all the medical infrastructure. This means clinics in every district. It means more laboratory capacity because they have stopped testing people because the laboratory capacity is not there.
Oh,
You need trained and qualified nurses. We need more doctors. Um, Actually, more food aid is needed.
yes.
What is available, it is not sufficient.
Yes.
The food packages need to contain nutrition because nutrition is lacking from the current food packages. But what I feel is also very necessary and right now, and which nobody is talking about, is counseling. People are going through this process all by themselves. Ebola is a lonely sickness. Nobody can
Mm-hmm.
touch you, so you're going to die alone, or you're going through your sickness alone. And there's the problem of stigma. Once you have recovered, you have had a lot to recover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody will want to come closer to you because they will not believe that you are not contagious anymore.
Yeah.
The trauma is huge, and we know that sickness and death, they are very impressive, and in any normal situation
Yeah.
you need the counseling and support of your environment. Now when you suffer from Ebola, let's say your daughter has died and maybe you have been exposed to the virus, they put you on the quarantine.
Yeah.
Nobody will want to come closer to
No,
you.
but
Who
after the
is
quarantine, the people come again and they mingle with the people, isn't it?
Yes, but who is going to comfort you? Who is going to support you? You are alone in your grief. And I feel that this is inhumane. to let people go through this all by themselves. They need support, they need counseling.
Yeah, it's true. But if are you talking about when they are being quarantined or when they have come out of the whole situation? Well,
Even
what are you talking about?
even when they are on a quarantine.
So are you expecting that people will go there
Yes.
when probably during their speech or during their talking, maybe through their saliva or whatever, somebody may throw up and then it will touch the other one?
No, but you can do this with a safe distance between the people. Actually, you see this when they go to Western countries, they are getting counseling in the hospital.
Yeah.
It can absolutely be done. It needs investment, of course,
Please
specialized
come in
personnel.
whenever you want to speak,
It
okay?
has to be
Because
isolation, but it don't have to be a total, complete isolation. That's what she's talking about here.
yes, I know, but we are also talking about. I'm on the same page, but what I am not understanding is this thing is you say it's not airborne. That's what you say,
It's not airborne.
but it can be contagious through the fluid.
Yes.
And there are some people when they are speaking, they are salivating.
When you are sitting farther away than 1 meter, you cannot get infected with Ebola.
Okay.
So when it comes to you getting counseling, you are sitting at a
So
distance
far.
from each other. Yes, you cannot get infected. It can absolutely be done, and it is necessary. You see now that people, when they are put on a quarantine, they do not want to stay in isolation. They are
Yes.
going out. And they are getting the support. People will visit them. The quarantine measures, they are not strict. Uh, Military personnel standing in front of these households, they will not be as strict not to allow anybody in or out of their households. You better do this proper, give them the support that they need, and not force them to go out to find what they need.
Exactly, like food. Yes, you want to say something?
About it being airborne, as Ginny Moore said earlier, I was really always thinking about it and uh, don't have the real insight about it. I'm always debating with her about airborne.
Because on Friday you were saying that it was airborne. That you said
I
on Friday.
thought so. What I thought so. I'm not a doctor, but we see a lot of doctors and nurses dying in this, and they're there, and I'm sure these doctors and nurses, they know how to prepare themselves, how to protect themselves. They wear all those PPEs and all that, but still they lose their lives in this battle. So I still have that question, you know, when I see those doctors or nurses that they send back to the US, they had oxygen mask.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And with those oxygen masks, those people, the other people couldn't get anything infection.
Yeah.
But our local people there in Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia, they don't have access to this oxygen mask.
Yes, it's true.
So
and
this
then?
is my take there. So I always think, you know, it might be an airborne.
But well,
yeah, but when they are removing all of those things and then the flu touches them, that's when it becomes dangerous.
The fluid actually is highly contagious. The reports that me myself I'm getting from Sierra Leone, people that have actually become infected or have their loved ones that have been infected, they do not have the idea that it is airborne. They will always know what went wrong, probably by exchanging maybe a piece of fruit or a piece of paper, but they have always touched something that a sick person has touched, even though they have not touched the sick person directly.
Yes.
They will always know the source somehow, and none of them has the idea that it is airborne.
Another thing also that they say is the most dangerous part of it is the deceased, the dead body.
Yes.
You know, and when somebody dies and you touch them or you come in contact with them or go close to them, it's the most deadly way of getting the disease.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is one of the things also that I thought maybe it might be airborne also.
Wow. Well, somebody out there listening to us, this is coming live on the webs of Majesty Christian Television Network. We encourage you to give us a call on 020-3374-160. And you will speak with the experts who are right here in the studio speaking on Ebola. And our focus today is on Sierra Leone. Now, Ginny, can you look into the camera and tell us the reason why this Ebola has been spreading in these 3 countries, and it's like it has no end?
Well,
I mean, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea. Why? What do you think from your from your point of view, what do you think could be the reason why it has not been contended in these countries?
We are talking about countries with very poor health infrastructure. Um, in Liberia, we know that it is almost non-existent. There are very few doctors on a large population, so the regular health care was already problematic. We knew that many people were dying from malaria, from typhoid, from TB before this time.
Yeah.
So, and you see in other African countries, not as many people are dying from malaria like in Sierra Leone or like in Liberia. We already knew that there was a problem with the health sector. Now, a deadly virus like Ebola has hit these countries that already have a poor health infrastructure. This is one. Two, more so for Liberia and Sierra Leone, these countries have gone through very turbulent times. They have had long civil wars. There was a lot of mistrust in governments already, which led to the civil war. The civil war accelerated that, widened the gap between the population and the government. Well, these are societies that are rebuilding, and they have to rebuild their trust over time. When something as stressful as Ebola hits a country, you can see from the response in the United States how hysterical people get out of fear for this Ebola. If this happens in countries where the social fabric is already weak, there is, low trust in government, are these people going to listen to authorities? You see what is happening in US. The people are really doubting their own authorities. They are doubting their own national health department. Well, this happens in Sierra Leone and Liberia and Guinea as well. These are governments that are very small. They have limited capacity to do outreach to the people. They have limited funding, so all of the solutions that they come up with, it has to take time. All of the time they actually take, it makes the epidemic go worse. The mistrust is growing, and this is why it's spiraled out of control. And this is why I think we were asking all for the international community to step in, because you need quick results to win the people's trust and to get them to cooperate.
Yeah, I'm really very surprised over Sierra Leone, because I was thinking that Sierra Leone shouldn't have a poor health system, because they have mineral resources. I mean, they are producing diamond in large quantity. So how come, where is the money for all of this diamond going that could make the government not to be able to equip their hospitals and all of that sort?
Yeah, just like Ginny said earlier, that we came out of war in a long time, a ravaged war that ravaged the country. So it takes time again to rebuild. It's coming in slowly. They're busy on it. Government is very busy and working with other partners, like all those people that coming in to also invest. They're also trying to do things to help to develop the country. But it don't come like that, 1, 2, 3. It takes some time.
Well, we are just making an appeal to whoever is out there listening to this broadcast. These countries, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia, they really need help now. So if there's any time you do just your money, it is now, so that you can save these humanities from becoming extincted. So what do you think can help to calm the fear that is in the atmosphere in Sierra Leone?
What will help is swift action. What needs to be done now, today.
Yeah, don't you think if there is need, or there is that ability to do what must be done now, don't you think that the international community would have intervened?
No, that actually, I don't think so, because the willingness has not been there. I've been advocating even to the Dutch government to step in, and the answer I got, and I started this in June already, when the outbreak had just started, was just a month. The answer that I got was, no, we are not going to do anything. We are going to wait to see what other countries are going to do. And when you ask them for more explanation, they say, well, we have difficulties supporting these countries because of corruption. We know that a lot of corruption is going on. We are not sure how to help because we are afraid that all the help that we will send will go into the corrupt political structures, and then the epidemic will still not be solved. And this has caused reluctance in the international community to send help to these affected countries.
It's true.
But there, of course, there are ways around it. I don't think that the willingness was actually there to find solutions, to work together somehow to eradicate the Ebola epidemic. Of course, we have seen that by waiting to take action, it just spirals out of control, and it is not a little bit. Actually, one person is infecting at least 2 other people. This will not have an end, and it will be, you cannot oversee the consequences of waiting. Every day that you wait, you are causing more problems. And of course, the international community will be able to do something quick. We know that a lot of countries have mobile clinics. Their armies are using it. Many of these countries have this in storage. Why are they not sending it? The bureaucracy is too high.
It's too high, yes, it's true.
And now they need to cut through all of this red tape, come in, set up their clinic, and along the way set up their bureaucracy.
But the fact is this, even instead of us only looking at the international community, we can also look within Africa. We can look within Africa. African heads of states that are listening to this, or African nationals who are going to listen to this broadcast, they can as well do something. Because if we can work as one, and we stop looking at the international community, and the other African countries like Nigeria as well, that was infected, and now Nigeria has been declared Ebola-free, I believe that we still have the resource to be able to extend little kindness to these other African countries. So instead of just waiting for the international community to be dictating the pace, we can start within ourselves, because these people can't trust us because of corruption. And we can't just wait and be waiting and people are dying. So somebody out there who is, I mean, from Nigeria, we have people who are even richer than the country, who are billionaires. So this is a time for those people like that who can buy a whole jet and buy a whole international airport. Let them do something and save lives. So if you are out there, you are listening to us, do something. This is the time. Oh, well, Mr. J.
Yes.
You are from Sierra Leone.
Right.
So, Ginny has made mention of the corruption and the fear from the international world. What do you think? What do you think can be done to assure those who are out there that if they will invest in this Ebola, that it wouldn't go into the hand of those who are corrupt?
Actually, now we don't have to talk only about corruption. This is an international outbreak. It is serious. It can come. It has been coming already to the Netherlands. It's been in Spain. It's been in America. So now nobody has choice no more than to start blaming others, but to jump in together and try to fight this deadly disease. It is serious, it's a killer, and it can go worldwide.
Yes. So in other words, nobody is safe.
Nobody's safe.
Has it reached the Netherlands? Because has it reached here?
Well,
it has not reached here.
Well, we had 2 doctors that came that they thought they were
but
Ebola,
they were not.
They flew them in here to Leiden Hospital, but after a few weeks they were released back. And but now they see the seriousness coming to the west. So now everybody's trying. They're sending the British are sending troops, and the Netherlands is also sending a ship, and we have a lot of other people. The Cubans are there. So the international community is trying now to see how to contain it, because it is spreading, and if they don't do anything right now, it's going to spread all over the world.
God, be merciful. We refuse it. It will not spread any further. Oh, well, we're going to take a short break right now, and we will bring you a little clip about Ebola, and then meanwhile we invite you to give us a call in the studio line 020 3374 160, and then you will have the opportunity of speaking with Miss Kinimoy and Mr. M.W. Ja, who are from the
Sierra Leone Ebola campaign team.
yes.
And or you can reach us at our website at kickebola.org.
Yes, kickebola.org. That's your site. So you can reach them. And if they have any donation, what can they do?
Just
They can also make donation there.
yes, also.
All right.
You can donate there. We have all the setup there, ways of payment and.
Please say the website
we,
again because somebody may be interested.
It's kickebola.org.
Mm-hmm.
If you go there, you can see all the information about our foundation, what we are doing. We also have containers that we set in different positions
yes.
in the country. If you have any medical equipment,
yes.
you can always reach us. If you go to the website again at kickebola.org,
yes.
you find all the information there on how to reach us, so that we can put these things together and send them as soon as possible
yes.
to the Sierra Leone, to the countries affected
yes.
in the Ebola virus.
That's all right. So stay blessed, and we'll see you shortly.